Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Employee Baltimore Show. I'm your host, Marvin McKinstry Jr. I am a workforce supervisor here in the Mayor's Office of Employment Development at the Super Duper Employer Services Division, where we focus on making sure we are working with businesses in Baltimore to be an extension to their human resources department. We literally are the bridge between the business and the job seeker. I'm excited about today's show because we got a whole lot that we're going to cover, but y'all see it behind me. It's coming. I need y'all to get ready. That's right. The CIAA tournament is hitting Baltimore, and today we are going to be talking all things CIAA. I haven't found out yet. I got to see for myself, but I hear one of my guests is the guru of CIAA. So I'm really excited about that conversation. But before we get into that, I got to make sure that we acknowledge and recognize that this week, the city stood still to make sure that we paid homage and showed our love to our fallen heroes, the firefighters who lost their lives in that fire. I mean, traffic jams, the convention center was packed, and it was all worth it because I tell you all the time, they are the real unsung heroes. I don't even know if I can fathom or negotiate in my mind going into a building in fire to try to save somebody who isn't even one of my loved ones. They are the real MVPs and real superheroes. We did a moment of silence for them last week, but we want to salute them as they go on to that great firefighter home in the sky. Listen, y'all, we have got to continue to pray for our first responders, pray for our firefighters, pray for the Baltimore City Fire Department because that's a brotherhood, and definitely be praying for the families. We did get some good news. One of our firefighters was able to actually go from life support to walking out of the shock trauma 3 days later, y'all. So we are still cheering for him and hoping to see him be able to go on and do great things. All right, we gotta talk about my beloved Baltimore Ravens. We made a move. We brought in Michael McDonald, who is not a stranger to the Baltimore Ravens, but he's coming from the Michigan Wolverines. He's coming to be the defensive coordinator. If you did not hear, a few weeks ago, our beloved defensive coordinator, Don Wink Martindale, and I still haven't figured out what they mean by this term, but him and the team came to a mutual agreement to part ways. Now, listen, there was another guy that works down there that everybody was asking for him to be fired, and it wasn't Wink. And they come to some sort of mutual agreement and part ways, and in comes Michael McDonald. Listen, y'all, one of the things that Michael McDonald said is that you still going to see a lot of the influence of Wink's defense because it's good for the personnel that we have. And he said you're definitely going to see the same aggression. You can go to youtube.com and check out the Ravens page. You can hear his press conference. He's already putting it out there that the aggression ain't dying down. It's actually going to be ramped up, y'all. So don't be surprised if you see them going after pass rushes in this upcoming draft because, you know, in this league now, you got to get to the quarterback. That young man out there in Cincinnati that's on his way to the Super Bowl in his second year, he can cause problems for a long time. But we are going to make sure that our beloved Baltimore Ravens are geared up, ready to go. 2022 is going to be a different season, and I'm here for all of it. All right, y'all. One more thing to talk about. Y'all know we've implemented this new segment called the People's Poll Question, and last week our People's Poll Question talked about crab cakes. Who had the best crab cake in Baltimore? My vote went to Coco's, but when we opened it up for the people in the comments to talk, there was a whole bunch of people that had experienced some great crab cakes we had. And I think actually G&M won. My own brother got in the comments and didn't back me up. He put G&M. Our wonderful producer, Miss Katanya Lester, who is here with us, is always doing her thing. She got in the comments and she put G&M, and I think G&M won. But I got one for y'all today, right? Y'all know over on Lombard Street is an institution, a Baltimore institution. It used to sit, and this thing used to blow me away. It's right smack in the middle of Flag House Projects, and it's known as Corned Beef Row. That's right. Back in the day, you had Jack's, which later became Lenny's, and you still have two of the traditional ones still standing right to this day, and that is Atman's and Weiss. So today our People's Poll question, if you're a true corned beef connoisseur, Which one is your favorite? Is it Atmans or Weiss? I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't go in Atmans. Weiss is the spot for me. Right now, somebody she put roast beef. We talking corned beef in Baltimore. We had some people as we were coming on that were talking about some of the other spots down Lexington Market, like Burns and Mary Mervis. Now, I never thought about going to Lexington Market for a corned beef. It's only one place to go for a corned beef when you're looking for good corned beef. To me, that was always down Corned Beef Row. And one of my brothers on here, Bond, he must know what he's talking about because he was familiar with that New Yorker that Lenny used to serve. Is one of my favorite sandwiches. But we want to hear from you today. Get in the comments. First of all, like, love, share the broadcast because we do have great job opportunities we're going to be talking today. But if you're on here right now, who has your favorite of the two corned beef places on Corned Beef Row? Is it Atmans or is it Weiss? Atmans or Weiss? All right, y'all. It's time to get to what you came for, the great content, the great information that's going to lead to a lot of people being hired. And this first thing that we're going to talk about is touching our city in many, many, many different ways. It's going to ramp up our hospitality industry that was hit, one of the industries that was hit the hardest during the pandemic. And it's going to bring a lot of good job opportunities for people of all ages. That's what I'm excited about. There are a lot of opportunities in this for young people as well as people who are of age. So without further ado, y'all see the banner behind me. I'm talking about the CIAA tournament that's coming to Baltimore. And I got two people here and we're going to have the conversation. I want to bring to the screen first the one who they say is the guru of all things CIAA. I want to welcome to the screen Mr. Eric Masterson. Master Ton. How you doing, Eric? How you feeling today?
I'm doing good, but I think my buddy Bond is the guru.
Bond is the guru. All right. So we're going to find out. See, the good thing about that is I got both of them here. And without further ado, if I don't know anything else, aside from knowing all things CIAA, this brother know a good sandwich when he has one. And look, Bond, we're going to have to hook up and go make it happen. I want to bring to the screen Mr. Bond Whiting.
Thank you, Mr. Marvin. I appreciate the intro. And yes, I am a corned beef sandwich lover, so we can make that happen for
yes,
sure.
Yes, sir. Look, I tell people I bring y'all on the screen better than Steve Harvey ever brought somebody to the stage. So we're going to get right into the conversation. The CIAA tournament is here. I mean, we're talking economic development. We're talking workforce development. We're talking boom in our economy. Well, I don't know which one of you guys are going to go first, but I want to turn it over to you because I know we also have a PowerPoint presentation that's going to give us some good information. But before we do that, I need y'all to like, love, and share this broadcast. Get in the comments, hit the hearts, make Facebook algorithm go crazy so people know that we're here. And with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Bond and Eric.
Thank you. So, Eric, if you want to cue us up.
Absolutely.
So, everyone, just want to, first of all, thank you for the opportunity to give you a little bit of background on CIAA. We're real excited about having this tournament come to Baltimore. It's going to be a real exciting time. I'm hopeful that everyone that is listening to my voice will come down and participate and check it out. It's going live this year. It'll go live next year, and we're trying to make it happen for years to come. But let me give you a little bit of background. So the CIAA, not the CIAA, as I was reminded of, is the Central Intercollegiate Athletic Association. It's one of the nation's oldest African-American athletic conferences. And the annual tournament is one of the highest, highly attended basketball tournaments among all divisions. So we're talking about the big boy, which is the NCAA, and the Big East tournament. Right behind it is the CIAA. It's like it's more like an old home week, as I like to refer to it, but more like a family reunion where people are walking up and down the street and they see each other and they're just happy to see each other and to be in a great space. This is the first time that the tournament will be held in Baltimore since 1952. Many of you may not know that some of the member institutions were Morgan State University, Go Bears, and Howard University. They were one of the first two schools that were involved in the conference. The conference was in Charlotte for 15 years. We made a great pitch, got the tournament to come to Baltimore, and unfortunately we were hit by COVID. So last year we had the event virtually. This year, again, tournament is live. Okay, so a lot of good things are going to be happening around the city, and we're going to show you some of those activities in just a second. But I did want to mention that our host institution for the event is our very own Bowie State University. Now, Bowie is located in PG County, as all of us know, but many of us may not know that Bowie actually got started in Baltimore City many, many years ago. So they are still family. This tournament has the opportunity to be a great economic generator for all of our businesses, our hoteliers, our small businesses, our Black-owned businesses, which we're going to be highlighting throughout the tournament to get folks to go out and spend their dollar. So this is going to be really great. I don't want to overhype it because, again, we still have that variant going on with us, and we're taking all the precautions we can to make sure that we have a safe tournament for not only our city residents, but for the fans and alumni and the student athletes that are coming to town. So get ready, get ready, get ready. Eric, if you could, stay here, Eric, please go back one. I did want to share our footprint. So as we all know, we have a walkable downtown, which makes our city one of the greatest cities in America because you can get here, there, and everywhere in a short amount of time. But if you notice, the games will be all held at the Royal Farms Arena. Those games will kick off on Tuesday, culminating in a champion on Saturday late afternoon. So there'll be many games there. Tickets are available. You can go to baltimore.org and find out all the good ticket information. I want to encourage you to not only buy a ticket for yourself, but maybe buy a ticket for a young person that can get the experience of being at a HBCU basketball tournament. And then hopefully as they get older and progress through middle, high school, get excited about attending an HBCU. The Fan Fest and most of the official activities for the CIAA are going to be happening at the Baltimore Convention Center. So there'll be a Fan Fest there. There'll be a vendor village as well, where people are selling wares. They'll have some educational sessions there. So the Baltimore Convention Center is a hub. Then in the evening and during the day, because as I don't know if you guys know, but the CIAA is a nighttime, midday, morning, 24-hour thing. So there's going to be all kind of parties and events going on for sure. But the official CIAA events are going to be at Ram's Head. So they're going to have acts like Rakim and DJ Jazzy Jeff.
My guys.
So yes. Old school. So,
yes, sir.
Yeah, so they're going to have night parties and day parties happening at Power Plant Live, in addition to all kind of other activities that are going to be happening around town. Mr. Eric.
Is it going to be later in the slideshow? Feel free if it's going to be later in the slideshow to wait till we get there. But what are some of the schools that we can expect to be represented in the tournament?
Oh, absolutely. Thank you for bringing it up, Mr. Marvin. So we're going to have Winston-Salem State here. We'll have Claflin. We'll have Lincoln University out of Philly. We'll have Bowie State. Just know most of the schools are concentrated down in the southern region or in North Carolina. But there are a couple schools in Virginia. So you got Virginia State, you got Virginia Union. So I can hopefully get a contingent from Richmond to come up and help build attendance here in Baltimore as well. But again, the bulk of the schools are down in North Carolina, with Lincoln being the furthest north school that participates in the conference. So
neither of our local two will be participating?
Our local two schools are a part of the MEAC.
That's right. They are.
Yeah. So
right.
Yeah, so that's a Division 1A, and this tournament is a Division 2 tournament. Not taking away from the basketball skills, because we know folks can ball, they can ball. I don't care what level you're at. You're good, you're good. But unlike the MEAC, the CIAA is far and above what's happening. And no disrespect to the MEAC, because, I love me some Morgan State University. Okay.
Thank you, Bond. Eric?
All right. Give me the next slide, sir.
Sure.
So I want to talk a little bit. I was mentioning some of the events that are going around town. Most of the events, there are a lot of events that are at no cost, especially at the convention center. But then there are some, ticketed events that are going to be happening around town. But I'm just going to kind of go through the events that are official CIAA events. So Eric, let's move to the next slide, sir. All right, so some of our educational sessions. So Saturday, so we are 16 short days away from kicking off the tournament. Saturday, February 19th, our first event will be a Baltimore Youth Sports Clinic. We're going to bring in legendary Earl the Pearl Monroe, former Baltimore Bullet, and North Carolinian. I'm sorry, from Philly, lovingly referred to as Black Jesus. If any of you are familiar with He Got Game, there's a whole explanation about Black Jesus, and Earl the Pearl Monroe. So he will be in the house, Hall of Famer. We also have another Hall of Famer, Bobby Dandridge, Richmond native. He's going to be coming up as well. The idea is this, to teach skills, of course, on the basketball court, but we also want to teach some skills in life and show that there are other opportunities in sports outside of just being an athlete. So broadcasting, writing, athletic training, there's a whole host of opportunities around sports that do not directly involve just being an athlete on the field or the court. Then we have a Tech House Summit. So we have our local organization, Fearless, as a part of it. Verizon is a major contributor to this event as well. It's all things tech. Many of you know tech is where it's at. It's $1 billion industry. The idea is to get more folks of color to actually get involved with tech because it's the next wave. So that's going to be happening as well. That's going to take place, if I'm not mistaken, down at the Pendry, but we can get more information and share it out to the group about that. And then we have a wellness and mental health panel because I don't know about the rest of you, but this pandemic has not been a friend to many. And it's taken its toll on many families. So we really want to stress that mental health, wellness and mental health, because if you don't take care of yourself, how can you take care of someone else? Money Moves Financial Summit, got to protect your pockets, because when you become an older person, such as myself, these two youngins that I have on the panel with me wouldn't know anything about this. But, as I progress to becoming a card-carrying ARP member, it's good to start young, protect your wealth, grow your wealth. So as you get older and you don't feel like you want to do anything else except travel and enjoy yourself, will be a great summit to kind of get those steps and learn more. And then we're going to have a high school education day, which is virtual. And that's really put on by the CIAA. And this is a good opportunity for young folks to be introduced to our historically Black colleges and university, in particular, the CIAA schools. So there's many more things coming up as well. And then we have a welcome reception, emerging leaders reception. We're going to have a concert on Saturday at Live Casino. So we're trying to make this a regional thing. That's going to be hot, and hopefully everyone can come out there and check us out. Again, diversity inclusion forum. And there's a career expo, which ties directly back to why we're here. So there will be a career expo that will be held at the convention center. That is open and free to the public. So I encourage you all to, if you can, go check it out. There'll be employers from all over the place, including local employers that the conference has engaged. And it'll just be a good opportunity to meet employers. And then, as I mentioned before, DJ Jazzy Jeff and Rakim, Ram's Head. It's going to be hot. So I'll leave it there with the educational sessions. More can be found on baltimore.org and the /events for a full listing of all the good activities that are happening around the conference.
But I need people to understand, right, that if you're part of our listening audience and you thought that this was just a basketball tournament, I hope that your eyes have been opened. Like, this is a whole happening here in the city of Baltimore. And I know as we talk about the CIAA tournament, it's basketball. And I listen, y'all, there's so much more. There's so much more benefit. We talking about college exposure for some of our high schoolers who may be in 11th or the 12th grade. We talking about financial summits with people who can learn how to build a budget. And I mean, man, they're bringing the full gambit here and some pretty solid entertainment. I don't know. I was never a big DJ Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince fan, but you talk about Rakim coming, that's my guy. I do kind of like Jeff more by himself. I just was never really the Fresh Prince kind of guy. All right. But y'all got to jump in and understand this, man. We got real stuff going on. So if you out there and you in the school system, you mentoring youth, you're a parent, and you listening to us right now, you have got to rethink the CIAA tournament as not just being about basketball, but being about a whole happening that's coming around Baltimore.
All right, Mr. Eric. So before I turn it over to Eric, one of the big things to know that we do follow the city's mandate in terms of mask protocol. So all of our events, you are going to, because of the city mandate, you are going to have to wear a mask, especially indoors. There are a few events where you might be required to show your vaccination status. But I just wanted to, let folks know again, as I mentioned at the top of the show, that I want to stress that because we want to make sure that we keep everyone as safe as possible. Because as Mr. Marvin said, the demographics for this particular show, or particular event, ranges from our seniors to our middle-aged folks, to our young people, to students. So we run the gambit, and we want to make sure that everyone is protected as possible. So that's one of the big things to know. And then the other thing to know is have fun and experience it, and encourage your folk to experience it. Because again, 15 years in Charlotte, folks are kind of hesitant to come up to Baltimore, but we're going to show up and show out. And I want everyone to show what a great city we have here. Because I don't know about you, I love Baltimore in all its glory. So I will leave it at that. With that, awesome. I'm going to turn it back over to Mr. Eric so he can talk about some other opportunities that we really need some help from the community with. So Eric, I'm going to turn it over to you, my friend.
And y'all see my eyes down, man. I'm texting my homies right now. We need to get our sons together and gather up some folks and start booking our tickets. With that, we're going to go ahead to Eric.
Thanks so much. Good to be here. As you can see, we've got some volunteer positions up on the screen. It doesn't only take a village, it takes a city to bring this amazing tournament to Baltimore. And with that come over 600 different volunteer positions. I'm happy to say that as of today, we're at 59% of filling those positions. So some of the ones that you see on the screen currently may be full, which is great news for us, especially great news for me. We do have a huge push right now looking for people to really assist us with the greeting part of this. And when I say that, these positions range all the way from BWI, Thurgood Marshall Airport, all the way to all the hotels downtown. So currently we have hundreds of positions still open. You can see some of them on here. The Baltimore Wayfinders, as far as the convention center, we need people front and center there. Every single hotel that has attendees staying at it will also need info desks. So we still have hundreds of positions to fill. And we're really excited to have our own people in our own city be the ones to welcome, as Bond said, sort of like a family reunion, right, Bond? Bringing all these people up to Baltimore for the first time. So we need to really make sure that we show them our true spirit and how much we love the city and how much we support this event. So I do believe that the registration link went into the chat. When I'm finished, I can certainly make sure that has done so. But we still have, again, hundreds of positions to fill. We will have some additional positions going back up this afternoon for some youth to help out backstage at the arena, which is exciting stuff. And I think that's pretty much it for me. I am always there to help. I do believe on this next slide we have the actual the email that you can reach out to us at CIAA volunteers at baltimore.org. And then, of course, our two websites that are really important to reference, thecia.com, CIAA.com, and, of course, baltimore.org/CIAA. So if there's anything else, please feel free to email us. and I'll turn it back to the group.
And before Mr. Marvin, before you step in, if I could just add a sweetener to get
Add the
folks
sweetener.
excited about about volunteering. If you volunteer for more than one shift, then shifts are typically 4 hours in duration. So if you give us 8 hours, we in turn, depending on where you are, will give you a logo beanie, scarf, t-shirt, and hoodie. Now, they're bright, but we will supply it with you. We also have parking available for our volunteers as well. We're working on masks so that you're protected and and you're protecting others. So we'll have some masks available as well. We're working on snacks as well. So we're trying to incentivize our citizenry to come out and participate. And again, it puts you in the mix and right in the middle of all the action.
Now that's the point. That's the point, because I tell people when you go, by not always being about getting some money, but talking about volunteer opportunities. I'm literally in the career that I'm in now because of a volunteer opportunity. There was a place in my neighborhood called the Poppleton Village Center, and I actually went in there to get some help and started hanging around and helping after I got finished with what was then my career readiness classes. And when they had an opening, they hired me. And I've been working in human services ever since. I wasn't qualified, probably didn't have the education back then, but 20-something years later, y'all, an opportunity was created because of volunteering. And listen, volunteers, the second thing that I always tell people is it's a great opportunity to network. You never know who you may meet that's involved in what it takes to put this massive, massive tournament together here in Baltimore. So when you're thinking about volunteering, think about the opportunities and doors you may be able to open for yourself. Think about the networking opportunities that you may have by putting yourself, as Bond said, right there in the mix with everything that's going on. See the bigger picture, especially if you're looking for something that's going to guide you and direct you in the next move for your future.
Thank you, Mr. Marvin.
All right. Do we have any questions down in the chat? This is a good time if you do have any questions to put them in the chat while we got Bond and Eric here, or you can email us. Can we get the email up on the screen? If you did require further information, we do right now. We have the CIAA volunteers at baltimore.org. We have www.theciaa.com, baltimore.org/CIAA. And of course, here in the Mayor's Office of Employment Development, we are partnering with this opportunity on many different levels. So you can even get in contact with us. Eric and Bond, I want to thank you so much for being with us this afternoon. I'm excited about the CIAA. I'm going to try to be in the seat watching the game as much as I can, but I'm going to be the example. Y'all will see me posting a picture and sharing a video on here of me actually volunteering. I'm never going to tell you to do anything that I myself am not willing to do. I'm going to go and I'm going to do some volunteering down there to support this effort. And I'm telling y'all, man, do what you got to do, but be in the place. This is going to be a celebration right in Black History Month of our heritage, our history in sports. We have done a lot of great things in sports, and it'll be our chance to support some of our young adults in that's playing basketball in some of our historical Black colleges and universities. I want to thank you again, Bond, and thank you again, Eric, for being with us this afternoon. If there's nothing left to be said, man, I look forward to seeing y'all downtown. See you around downtown.
Yes, sir. We'll be looking for you, sir.
And maybe we can get another check-in as we get closer to the tournament. Get you guys to come back again, and we can kind of do a check-in and put some more updated information out there. I see Mia right now in the private chat. Y'all don't get to see that part, but I know because of some other things we're going to be doing that you're going to get to meet Mia and hear about her part of this too. But I want us to make sure that on this side, we get back in with updated information and to see where we at with that volunteerism so that people can keep this opportunity to volunteer and be a part of this before them. Thank y'all so much for being with us.
Thank you.
All right. Tuned in. As a matter of fact, I need you to share the broadcast and get more people on here because we are about to start talking to our business partners today that are here with job opportunities, career opportunities. And I'm excited to have these conversations because We have some amazing, empowered sisters on here who are doing big things in the community and offering great opportunities to anyone that qualifies and that is looking for just that, an opportunity. Before we move on, I do want to encourage you, y'all. Listen, the CIAA, let's get involved. Let's get it. This is great for our city. All we've been talking about is how many murders happened in January and all of that. The CIAA is an opportunity to change the narrative, and even to change the narrative, because this is going to be a lot of young African-American athletes and people coming together in the name of something peaceful and productive. So please come on out, get involved. Let's make this a real happening, and let's keep the CIAA here in Baltimore as long as we can. All right, with that being said, my next guest is an amazing person who's doing great things, not just in her business, but in the community. And I'm excited to have her here. I hope that I get her name right, but she's from In and Out Apparel. Miss Lindsay Tufts is with us this afternoon. How you doing? Did I say it right?
You got it right. Yeah.
I got it right. Let's get to the money. I ain't playing with it. I like that hat too.
Thank you.
So how you doing, Lindsay? Good to see you.
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Well, I was excited when I found out we were coming, because you were coming because your reputation has preceded you. Because not only are you a business owner, but you try every chance you get to attach a sense of purpose to the business that you're doing. So I want you to go ahead and introduce yourself and your business, and not just the business side of it, but some of that other stuff that I know about, and let the people know who you really are and what you're doing around the Baltimore area.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm Lindsay Tufts. I'm the owner, CEO of In and Out Apparel. We are based in Baltimore. I'm from Baltimore and also a Morgan alum as well, so go Bears. But really the purpose of our brand, which is a lifestyle brand, is to promote inclusion, quality in our culture, and also empowerment. We really do focus on the female population as well, to make sure that they feel like they have something that represents them and some of the things that they live by. So that's what we're doing. We are coming up on our 4th year in business. April will mark 4 years that we have been doing this. And it's been an amazing ride, an amazing journey. Got the opportunity to meet some dope people in Baltimore and even outside of Baltimore, and also some local businesses that we've been able to partner with. So I'm excited to grow the team and hopefully connect with some more dope creatives who have some talent they want to bring to our brand.
4 years is a milestone, y'all. Y'all know in business, they say you know about the 4th year, about the 3rd year, if you gonna make it or not. A lot of businesses don't make it to the 3rd year. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there and say it. I'm excited that our young women get to see a young woman that looks like them doing major things in business, making moves and making it happen here in and around Baltimore. Lindsay, tell us a little bit about In and Out Apparel.
Yeah. So one thing that I love about the brand is, and kind of how we do what we do. We are currently a owned, of course, and operated team. So our team right now is all Black women who are coming together, and we're just helping to really grow the brand. And I love that about kind of female empowerment. We do most of our manufacturing and customizations in-house. So, which is why we are looking to bring on artisans who are ready or and willing to learn the skills that it takes to create our goods. If they don't already have that experience, we are happy to teach them and train them. And we're also searching for warehouse coordinators who are helping on the back end with ensuring that orders are going out to customers, and everything that's outside of the production side is kind of running the way that it needs to. So, yeah.
So who is your ideal candidate for, let's start, because they sound like very different positions. Mm-hmm. So let's start with the artist. Who say, give a picture to the people of who the ideal candidate would be, to be able to not just come in, learn the skills, do the job, but to fit the culture that is In and Out Apparel.
That's a great question. So our culture is, we like to let our creativity thrive. Even though I'm, the owner of the brand, anyone that I bring on, I want them to feel as though they have a voice. And if they have any ideas, that they might want to bring to the table and explore, I'm always open to it. I would say the ideal person is someone who is flexible, someone who understands that being a part of a new brand, of a startup, you have to be kind of fluid. And, one great example of that is the pandemic that kind of hit us all. So our first 2 years kind of running the brand, we were primarily doing pop-ups, festivals. So we were vending. That was really where we met our customers and kind of got a chance to learn more about them. They found out about us. And then at the end of 2019, I kind of just made the decision to pivot to online. And this is completely before I knew a pandemic was coming. So the timing was like perfect. But from there, everyone who had been helping me from the vending side, mostly everyone stayed on board, and we were now completely almost remodeling our business model where we were no longer kind of on foot. Yeah, it was and we had to do it rather quickly. And so being able to pivot, that is a huge, huge thing, being agile, because you never know what challenges you're going to face, or you never know what changes that you're going to need to make to require yourself to either move forward or continue to grow. So I would say from that perspective, someone that's flexible, 100%. Now from kind of more of the artist side and production, if a candidate does have already existing like art background or art experience, that usually is helpful, but it's not a requirement. I would say if you have a desire to explore your creative side, or if you are a crafty person, if you like working with your hands, chances are you might like this role. Most of what we do and how we customize our pieces is through screen printing and embroidering. So we have the necessary equipment at our facility to make that happen. So it does require, you to learn how to operate that machinery. It does require patience. It really is a skill that you are learning that has been around for ages and that you can use to continue to make money and possibly grow your career. We have some team members who have since started their own brands and kind of use the skills that they've acquired here to go and branch out and do other projects, which I think is dope. I love it. So from the artisan role, I would say that like you are heavy in the artistic side. You are working on producing pieces, sometimes a lot of pieces. And, you do have deadlines that we have to meet. We have drops that come up. So we got to make sure we have the goods to give our customers who are anxiously waiting most of the time to receive them, or to receive like the new arrivals, or what they're going to be. And then from the other side, the warehouse coordinator position, that's not as involved from, the art perspective as the artisans are, but you're still kind of in that space. And I would say having an attention to detail, being an organized person is really important, regardless of which role you're in. But for the warehouse coordinators, that's extremely important because their responsibility is, again, anything that's not tied to producing the goods. So helping to, like I said, get the orders out. We got to make sure that our customers are getting the correct order and the right order is going to the right customer. And you're doing it back to back to back to back every single day. You got to make sure that your eyes are fresh and you can catch your mistakes if you are making mistakes.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. It's fast paced, but it's a lot of fun.
Are these full-time positions, Lindsay?
So they're starting off part-time with the option to become full-time. So it's going to be roughly around 25 to 30 hours a week. Now,
that's not bad.
Yeah, there will be periods where, if there is a need and there is a busy period, we have certain periods, like February is a big month for us. May, of course, the holiday season, homecoming season is also big for us as well. And so when things are getting a bit busier and we need more hands on deck or folks spending more time here, which is more often than not, I want to say that most of the time we are here more often than not. So there will be more hours and availability for them.
Awesome. So I always throw this out there because this sounds like it could really be young person friendly.
100%. Yeah. And I would encourage anyone, regardless of age, if you're young, if you are a bit older, anything that I say is something that might be of interest to you. And even if you're not a woman, like right now we're an all woman team, but it doesn't have to stay that way. It hasn't always been that way either. We're really just looking for the right candidates that understand the brand and are a good fit for the brand and are ready to, get their hands a little dirty and really just do some dope work and connect with people who kind of share similar values.
Yeah, I'm excited about that, and I think that's going to be one of a good day today for our young people because I know that in spaces like yours, it's really, really developmental, and I could just see some of our young people being able to come and not only like as you were talking earlier about how people have learned the business and kind of started their own businesses and things of that nature. I see you got the whiteboard behind you. It's some real creative stuff happening there. Those are just the best types of nurturing environments for our younger people. So if you out there right now and you listening to me talk to Miss Lindsay Tufts, I need y'all to make sure if you got a young person and they seem like they're going that artsy route, or a young person who has those organization skills and is really looking for an opportunity, I need you to connect with us because In and Out Apparel is doing great things. And listen, y'all, don't wait until it's then blew up. Y'all, I mean, look, it's doing great now, but I don't wait until it's then blew up. We gotta support our own, man. We really gotta bolster our own people that are doing. And when I say own, I'm not just talking Black, but I'm talking local business. And y'all, this is Black History Month. I'm gonna be unapologetically Black on the show all month because we have people that are doing amazing, amazing things, and we gotta promote and support that because that translates into opportunities for other people in this city who we always hear people complain about, who we always hear the negative news and reports about. So, Lindsay, I'm going to give you the opportunity if there's anything else that you want to share. Oh, one more thing. Is there a pre-employment drug screening or background check for people to come and work for you?
So there is a background check. There's no drug screening.
Okay. Anything that you guys focus on background-wise?
I would say anything, violent crimes would be something that we would probably have to pass on that candidate. Though that's the biggest one. But other than that, we're flexible and, we're not here to judge anybody from their past or anything like that. We're really just trying to find who would be the best fit, but yeah, we do run a background check. That's part of the employment. That's part of the offer, I guess.
Lindsay, I just want to thank you. I also want to say blessings to your business. Thank you for the great work that you're doing in and around Baltimore, opening up doors and creating opportunities for other people is a major part of what you guys are doing, and I'm excited. Now, I want to know why I'm not sitting here in something that represents the brand. We could tell you we got to get that stuff in advance. You know what I mean? But this is what my commitment is because I'm a practice what you preach kind of guy. I'm going to In and Out Apparel. I'm gonna get whatever online ordering information, and y'all gonna see me in something from In and Out Apparel. I don't want nothing free. I don't, because a handout ain't gonna help her hire somebody. I'm gonna spend my good hard-earned money to support their movement. This is not a brand, y'all. This is a movement. What they're doing is impacting things in Baltimore on levels that we often overlook. Every person, especially our young people that comes to work for In and Out Apparel, is not a person that's got to go out and try to get money in some form of crime. It's career path in some people and helping them to figure out if they want to go into business and things of that nature. So I'm going to support the business out of my own pocket, and I want to encourage you to do so as well, so that we can have her on here again in a year, needing 20-25 people because our operations are going off the chain. Lindsay, thank you for joining us today. I look forward to talking to you in the near future. And when you do, well, they're going to see it on the screen because I'm going to wear my shirt on the show. But when you do, you come on here and tell them how big a supporter that we have been for you and your brand. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Have an amazing day. All right, y'all. All right. We got one more segment, and I was so excited about this. This Young People Day, Katanya. I don't think we did it deliberately, but these opportunities are really going to be able to help some of our younger people. I was in a meeting with this young lady, hearing about the business and what they're doing. And it's another one of those spaces that's not just putting money in people's pockets, but it's giving people the opportunity and space to figure out some things concerning what direction life can go for them. This is another local Black owned business. And every time we send one of our young people to work in that space, it expands the realm and the level of possibility for them. And I'm excited to bring to the screen now, have this conversation with Miss Jessica James from Marketing Made Easy. Jessica, how's it going?
It's going well. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Thank you for your patience. You've been here a while and you still got that big, beautiful smile on your face. So, Jessica, I was excited when Katanya told me that you were coming on today because you guys are doing some good stuff. And because I worked for years at our Youth Opportunity Center, I know how a job changes the trajectory and life path for a young person that gets them out of harm's way, sometimes out of their neighborhood and into a path that's going to lead to prosperity. Tell us a little bit about your business and about the company. And I know it's a family-owned business. I'm excited about that. And you guys are doing powerful things.
Oh, well, thank you again for having me on. I'm actually really excited. And as I shared with you all before, our dad originally started this company, I think like 2008. But we always worked since we were like age 12. I don't know if they were child labor laws or what. We always worked since we were really young. But now we all work in business. Me, my sister, my brother, her husband, my dad. And so we all work here. And what we do here is that we have different teams of people, and they do retail sales as well as direct sales. And like I shared with you all before, that's just kind of a fraction of what we do. The biggest thing that we really do here is really to help to teach people skills, teach them about mindset development, teach them how to set goals for themselves that are short-term and long-term, and really just try to create a family environment, which is, I guess, kind of easy because we already are a family. So we just really try to bring in normally our target or ideal people are normally between the ages of like 18 to about 30. We have some people who are older, but typically that's our median age. And we just really try to teach people life skills and try to develop them. And they don't need to have experience in this industry. All they need to do is show up to work, and we will train them. We'll teach them all the information that they need to do. Their part is simple. Come to work and come to work on time. And even if you don't come to work on time, it's okay. We'll teach you how to about that. It's something that you can develop. But the number one mechanism or the number one requirement is just showing up.
That's awesome, Jessica. So tell us a little bit about what you guys do. I know that you guys are in retail spaces and people hear terms like marketing and things of that nature, but give us a little bit more of an idea of what a day looks like for somebody who works for Marketing Made Easy for you.
Okay, so we have a morning meeting each day. And as I said before, a lot of what we do here is really just about like mindset development, etc. So each day we have a meeting here at our offices at 10 a.m. And that meeting lasts for normally about an hour. And then there's like a 15-minute breakout session where myself or my dad will meet with our team members individually and just kind of go over what their goals are for like the upcoming week or that month, whatever. Then from there, they break for lunch for about an hour, and then they work from about noon until about 5 Monday to Friday. And as I was saying, so in our retail spaces, they just, talk to people. They come up, let them know about the Maryland's Energy Choice Program. And then in our direct sales teams, our teams actually go out to different areas throughout Baltimore, further parts of Maryland, and then talk directly to customers at their houses.
That's awesome. Awesome. Now, I was talking before when actually on the meeting that we had about how we have these companies that get young people who are really looking for an opportunity, and they take them out in the community, and they're not getting paid for their time. If they don't sell, they don't get paid. And I was pleasantly surprised and excited when you said that that's not how Marketing Made Easy does business. Can you talk about that a little bit for me?
Yeah, so the way that our model is set up is that we pay people an hourly wage. So when
not just an hourly wage, tell the people how much.
Oh, we pay $15 an hour.
Look at that. Listen, y'all, stop the press. Stop the press. Listen, y'all. These companies who do some similar stuff want you to go knock on doors and all that and don't give you anything except you sell something. This company is paying you for your time, and they're not paying you minimum wage. Y'all, come on, listen. Y'all better get y'all young people connected to this, because I'm gonna fill every position that they got. Go ahead, Jessica.
Yeah, so we pay $15 an hour. Like I said before, the requirement really is just to show up. You don't have to la-di-da-di. I'm dead serious. Our real ultimate goal, our mission of our company, and like you were saying earlier, we're unapologetically Black 365 days a year. So our number one mission really is to help people who look like us, give them opportunities and let them know that there are so many ways to make money legally, and this is just one opportunity. And even if a person works here then they leave, our thing is more so mindset expansion and development, because once your mind has been stretched from its original dimension, it can never go back. So if we have people here who have and I got the receipts on this stuff. I just did file the 1099s. I paid a young gentleman, because you can get promoted. He has like a team that he manages. He's 21. Last year I paid him $134,000.
Wow.
Yes, he's 21 years old. He manages 6 other people. And so he didn't have to go outside. He didn't have to rob anyone. He didn't do anything but come to work, learn the skills, and then duplicate himself. And so that opportunity, I think, is available for anyone, and it's nothing special about him except the fact that he shows up to work, learn the skills. So that's really our number one goal, is to help people who show them that there's opportunity.
Listen, y'all, this is our first show of February, and I'm tired of every soundbite that's talking about how many murders that there have been in Baltimore, and we know what population is impacted. I don't know if my wonderful, awesome, amazing producer did this deliberately, but we're talking about young people, opportunities that derail the life of young people. Did y'all hear that? $120,000 for a 21-year-old man who simply made a commitment to show up to work, learn the skills, and she said then duplicate himself. Listen, y'all, this is opportunity at its highest level. One last question. Is there a pre-employment drug screening or background check for your organization?
There's no drug screening. There is a background check, but as I shared with you before, the number one thing that, for example, the company will stray away from is just if someone has a sexual offense. Things that are more common, especially in this area, we're actually able to more hire those individuals, and typically it'll be like on a 30-day probationary period, provided that they do well, and then they can come off of that probationary period. So we're really able to give a lot of people a second chance. So send your young son or your nephew or whoever, just people in your neighborhood that you hear you like, these young guys, instead of saying what they're not, you can send them here and see what type of opportunities can be present for them, because just like all diamonds, they start off rough and you got to kind of mine them out. And I'll say that's our specialty here, that we find people, wherever they are, and then we can really teach them skills that will take them from this level to the next level in life of things they didn't even think were possible for them. A lot of our guys, they now have their own teams and offices outside of us. They've moved to other states, set up their own offices. And these are young people under 30 years old who started here when they were, young. and were able to flourish.
Going back to my days, because everybody knows I'm unapologetic about my testimony of being somebody that was in the streets, went to prison, and I found exactly what we're talking about today, an opportunity that for the most part allowed me to use the same skills that made me a menace. Well, not gonna say made me a menace, but made me great at that menacing type of a lifestyle. Allowed me the opportunity to be great in here. So y'all heard it from her directly. If you have them out there, you're trying to get them off the corner, you're trying to get them involved in something healthy. We're not taught. One of the greatest struggles is being able to offer something that's going to be able to give a competitive wage to what these young people are already doing. You have it right here. $15 an hour to start with the potential to make six figures if they put the work in. Jessica, I'm super excited about y'all company and the work that y'all are doing around here. I'm going to personally y'all see the email up there, ccannon@OEDworks, but I'm going to personally reach out to you so that we can put together the next hiring event. As a matter of fact, I need you to check your calendar, Jessica, for next Wednesday. We do something through our youth opportunity program that we call a job club. And if that date is good for you, or maybe the following, I want to push as many young people into a virtual space so that we can talk about what you're doing and get them referred over to you. Y'all, today has made my heart glad. Jessica, do you have anything in closing before we shut this thing down?
No, I don't. I just want to reiterate what you said. Send your young people. Let's stop talking about what our young people aren't, and let's start bringing them in towards opportunities that can change the whole trajectory of their lives, particularly our young Black men. If you can get a hold of a man, you can change a whole family dynamic. So. Thank you all again so much for having us, and I'm looking forward to, partnering with you all on other opportunities as well.
I think we're going to have you on again because we're going to keep doing this until we get as many people connected to this type of a business opportunity, family oriented, nurturing, growth opportunity, and not trying to take advantage of people here, but offering real family sustaining wages to people who just simply want to put in the work. Jessica, I'm looking forward to connecting and continuing this connection and seeing where it goes. Thank you for being with us today. I'm just looking forward to doing more with you guys.
All right, same here. Thank you all so much.
All right. Well, there you have it, y'all. Thank you, everybody who tuned into the show today. I got to thank our amazing producer / booker / you name it. She does it, the pregame, all of that. All I have to do is sit down and talk because I have a wonderful teammate named Katanya Lester who sits behind the scenes and does everything and then tells me who I'm talking to and let me do what I do best, run my mouth. So I got to thank her. I want to shout out the entire employer services division. It's these relationships that we have in a building that brings these amazing people here. I want to remind you again, get out, get involved. CIAA is coming, and it's going to be a plethora of opportunities. I can't wait to talk to Miss Mia Bloom about some of the other opportunities that are connected to employment. But y'all, this is going to be a happening. It's going to be a good opportunity to put something positive on the scene for our excellent opportunities throughout. Thank you, Pivot Baltimore, is one of our partners. Is going to put some excellent news in the headlines about our city. As I always say in closing, if you're looking for a job, Mayor's Office of Employment Development is looking for you with a focus on economic justice. We are making sure that we're building a workforce system that really works. Thank you for joining us today. I look forward to seeing you the next time on the Employ Baltimore show. Have a great afternoon.